Yes, it kicks ass!
We're here on the legendary Rhythm and Blues Cruise talking to Christopher Peterson about his beautiful poster you created for this event, right?
That's right.
So how did you get the idea? I mean, it's such a beautiful poster. Is it done on watercolors? Is it acrylic? Is it oils? What is it?
It's acrylic on watercolor paper.
Uh-huh. So what gave you the idea?
Well, I was talking with Scott Burnett, who art directs for the cruise, and we were just sort of discussing what might work, and we decided on a postcard theme. So this is designed to be sort of a vertical version of one of those greetings from, kind of postcards with illustration and the lettering.
Each letter has a special meaning. I like that.
They have different musicians and a bunch of different instruments in there. This is it's strange. This is actually Dave Grohl in here playing the drums, and Jimi Hendrix is in there. That's him.
Ah, I didn't see that before.
Yeah,
I'll be darned.
you wouldn't know, but I think there's some interesting personalities there.
And I love the cloud cover, Christopher. It's like a Max Parrish painting, isn't it?
That's a very nice compliment. I love color, and I loved Maxfield Parrish's clouds, especially. He was brilliant.
Now, how did you get involved in the Blues Cruise in the sense of blues? Do you love blues?
I do love blues, and I'd have to say my musical tastes really just started. Really formed in the '60s, and my attraction to rock and roll, and blues was very heavily in that world in those days, especially in the '60s, and so I'd have to say it was then that I really got my interest in the blues, from Rolling Stones and from Jimi Hendrix and all the other bands that were influenced by the blues.
Well, the Rolling Stones kind of brought the blues back to us, didn't it?
They did. They had a big part in it, absolutely.
And Jimi Hendrix, of course, if you go to the museum in Seattle, the old one, they'd had all this stuff lined up, all his records, Muddy Waters, Howlin' Wolf, Bobby Blue Bland, etc., etc.
Yeah.
So he was influenced by the blues, and one of his greatest albums is Jimi Hendrix Blues. I really enjoy that one. So how'd you get started as an artist?
I've been an artist my whole life. I started scribbling when I was 4 years old and really never stopped. I've been interested in illustration, since I was a teenager, and I went to school to study it specifically.
Where at?
Art Center College of Design in Pasadena.
Ah, okay.
Which is a good school, especially for illustration. And started my career in 1984 in New York, working for the New York Times and Time Magazine, Macy's. They were my first clients.
Ah, so can people see your art all over the world now?
Pretty much. I wouldn't say that I'm all that famous, but I've been at this my whole life, and I'm in a lot of collections around the world, and have had a lot of gallery shows. And
do you always work in acrylics and watercolor?
No, I work in whatever medium is appropriate for the situation. Rock posters have always been acrylics on watercolor paper, because especially in the early days, it was convenient for me to present an original in that format, because the clients could wrap it around a drum scanner and do color separations.
Okay.
So it was quick to dry, and it had a flexible surface, so it could be done that way. Nowadays, it doesn't matter at all.
Well, because digital everything?
Because of digital technology, you can do an oil painting, and it can be completely wet. Just take a picture of it.
Do you do that yourself? Do you use digital platforms a lot?
I do. I don't do the scanning and photography. I send that stuff out, but it's very tricky. There's some people who
Now, I heard one time that Salvador Dali, I went to his museum, and he said that there's a lot of great artists out there, but you have to be different.
Yeah, that's true.
And how are you different?
Well, I'm one of the few rock poster artists, in fact, maybe the only one, who makes an original painting for every piece of work. Most rock poster artists do their work on the computer. They often borrow pieces of existing imagery from other places and put them together. Collage is a very common strategy of creating imagery, and comic book kind of art, devil girls and hot cars, and that's kind of what rock poster art consists of. And I wanted to elevate it to a different level. So my work is always germane to the event or the artist or the city or the town or the date, whatever is important about that particular poster or event.
So if people wanted to see your art, Christopher, where would they go to?
They would go to my website, petersonland.com.
I like the name.
Thanks. A little bit like Disneyland.
Yeah.
So, or they could follow me on Instagram or Facebook. Those would be good places.
And where's your next venue? Where are you going to go to next? Do you have any plans of traveling somewhere and selling your art there?
I don't really. I'm working on a poster now for Willie Nelson at the Fox Theater.
Wow.
So that's happening. I'm also working on a mural for the Lucille Packard Children's Hospital in Palo Alto. That'll be done next year sometime.
Well, that's a lot of work then. A mural. Wow.
And yeah, the projects just keep on coming. I think the next big thing for me is the Holiday Open Studios. My studio in Berkeley is in a building with 40 or so other artists. It's a big destination for people, for collectors. So for the holidays, that's what I'm busy getting ready for now.
What's the address in Berkeley? Do you remember?
It's the Sawtooth Building at the corner of 8th and Dwight in Berkeley, 930 Dwight Way.
Excellent. Thank you, Christopher, so much for allowing me to talk to you about this. I love the art. I think it's a wonderful idea that you're here and you're enjoying the music. What the heck, huh?
Absolutely.
Thank you, Christopher.
Thank you, Leo.
We owned into an enormous moving truck and we drove 1,200 miles. We got there, they had what they called the ice storm of the decade. Trees were down, the power was out, and the Starbucks was closed. I know, right? But even all those negatives couldn't dampen my enthusiasm for trying something so radically new and different. So we opened up the truck, slid our stuff right across the sidewalk, right on the ice, right up on the front porch, opened the door, started putting it inside. Pretty soon the trees got cleared away, power came back on, the heat started to work, the Starbucks reopened, life started to go back to normal. I went right back to writing songs, just like I did in Houston, Texas, over there on Dryden Road. 2305 Dryden Road. I'm going to play for you right now that very first song that I wrote when I got to Columbus. It's a song called Take Me Back to Texas. And it goes like this. Where everybody feels real good to be. Draw the Oh, mercy sakes.